Hey, Paula Williams with ABCI. Today, I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of hiring an agency like ABCI versus hiring an employee, an internal person internal to your company to do your marketing. And this goes to most of the small to medium-sized aviation companies that may not have a complete marketing department. They're looking at upping their game for marketing. They need to get more leads. They need to get more sales. They need to produce some higher quality materials. They're recognizing the need to have some great materials on LinkedIn, on the website, do some things for trade shows and other things, and maintain their website and so on. So most people who are in the situation, or most companies who are in a situation where they need some marketing done, the first thing they do is perhaps look at who can I hire internally to do marketing. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of hiring ABCI versus hiring an internal person. So if you hire ABCI, you get all of our expertise on demand. So there are seven of us. We all have different skills and different specialties. And so you get web developers, graphic artists, writers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's very seldom that you're going to find a single human being that has all of those skills combined in one person. Second thing is flexibility. So you can access our services when you need them. We do ask for a 6-month handshake commitment so that we have a long-term relationship with our clients. But within that agreement, we have many different service levels. So people adjust up or down or backwards or sideways as they need to, and as things change seasonally or in whatever situation you have. Um, in a situation where you've hired someone, you can't always do that. They're depending on the income. They are not going to be the world's happiest employee if they don't know how many hours they're going to be working this month and how to plan their own personal finances and things like that. Hiring an agency can be more cost effective than maintaining a full-time employee with benefits and salary. And also, uh, things like tools and training. ABCI comes with our own software. We set up SEMrush, Dealfront, um, Canva, other things for you, whereas if you hire an internal employee, you'll probably need to buy a lot of those tools as they are. So, pros of hiring an internal employee, there are some. You get somebody who is working at your company day after day. They get to know your company better than we possibly can, which I totally understand. We do get to know our clients really well, but we're only meeting with you once a week or once a month, depending on your service level. So we don't spend as much time with you as an internal person does. The second thing is immediate availability. You have someone that's readily available. You need something done right now. You need something proofread, etc. If you've got somebody on your payroll, you can walk over to their desk and plunk it on their desk and hope that they are not busy and they can take care of it for you right then. Aligning with your company culture. Again, if you've got somebody that is in the soup with you every day, that understands your company culture, that is something that is hard to replace. And, that's not something that we can do. We do our best to understand the ethos of your company, and we certainly understand the ethos of the industry and the market, but we may not be as aligned with your company culture as a full-time employee. All right, so now let's explore the cons of each option. So with ABCI, we have different service levels and you have different levels of priority with each of those. So if you have tasks that need to be turned over in a day, as an example, you'll probably want to go with a higher service level. You may find that we don't know your company as well as an internal employee, and we don't have boots on the ground at your company, so we can't just run out to the parking lot and take a picture of a deer that's walking by, or any of those really cool things that happen. Or if somebody shows up in a Halloween costume that is really cool and you want to get a picture of that, we're not available for those kinds of impulse situations, whereas an internal person can be. Cons of an internal employee: recruiting can be difficult. It can be time consuming and costly. An employee has some fixed costs that are represented. So, if you hire someone with web development skills, as an example, um, it's great to have that person around while you're working on your website, but then you may go months without making much of a change to your website. So that person may not be as helpful as possible. And also, one person probably doesn't have the skills that our whole team brings to the table. So those are the things that the pros and cons of hiring ABCI versus hiring an internal employee. The very best solution is to have someone internal, and it doesn't necessarily even have to be a sales or marketing person, but somebody who's good with the camera, somebody who understands, that something would be a great social post, a sense of what makes great marketing, that is on site at your company, that can work with us, is ideal, because that person can be our contact point. We can give them a shot list of things that we want photos or video of. We can give them lists of things that they can keep an eye out for, and make sure that we're capturing those opportunities to capture that spontaneity that you get when you have an internal employee. And then you can backfill the skills that they don't have, or that they don't want, or the things they don't like to do with our team. So those are our very favorite clients, is where we have an internal person that can take pictures and video, and coordinate our activities and make sure we're in line and closely knit with the company culture and everything else. So you can have the best of both worlds by having someone internal to coordinate with us and hiring ABCI. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.